Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Shuklam Bharadharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanna Dhyanayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnur Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Shanti 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 Atha Rigvedya Ganapati Suktam Om Atura Indrakshumantam Chitram Grabham Sangrabhaya Mahahasti Dakshinena Vidmahitva Atu Vikurmintu Videshtantu Vimadham Tuvimatramabodhihi Nahitva Ashura Deva Namatta Asoditsantam Bhimannagam Varayante Ekon Vindram Stavamesha Anam Vasvasvarajam Naradha Samardhishannaha Prasto Shadupagasi Shachravatsa Magiyamanam Abhiradha Sajugurat Ano Bharadakshine Naభిsavyena Pramrsha Indramano Vasor Nirbhaka Upakramasva Bharadhushata Dhrushno Jananam Ada Ashushtarasya Vedaha Indraya Unute Astivajo Vipre Vissanitvaha Asma Visutam Sanuhi Sadhyo Juvaste Vaja Asmabhyam Vishvaschandraha Vashaischa Makshujarante Gananantva Ganapatim Kavamahe Kavim Kavinamupamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashrinvannotibhisida Sadanam Nishusida Ganapate Ganeshu Tvamahurvipratamam Kavinam Narate Tvatkriyate Kinchanare Mahamarkam Madhavan Chitramacha Avikyano Madhavannadhamanam Sakhe Bodhivasupate Sakinam Ranam Kritirana Krit Satya Shushma Bhakte Chita Bhajaraye Asman Om Shanti 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 Shri Sai Shvaraya Namaha Harihi Om. So, Namaste Sai Ram. After beautiful introductory speech of Dr. Rajagopalji, let us move to our workshop. And before any concrete chanting, let us revise the Shiksha or the science of pronunciation to be able to understand all the nuances we actually put in our texts. Some of it we have, let's say, invented, like the holdings, but I will actually go through it and start from the very basis. Okay. Just a second. Your screen is paused. Just a second. No. Okay. So, so this is the verse from Krishna Yajurveda, Taittiriya Aranyaka, Shikshavali, where in this verse it is explained what Shiksham means. So Shiksham is as I said, the science of pronunciation, and those are the components of Shiksham. Letters or sounds, varna, notes or pitch, svara, duration, matra, force, balam, linking of notes, sama, and continuity, santana. And then we will actually describe all of these rules in the following 15 minutes. So, starting from the beginning, varna represents the correct pronunciation of Sanskrit letters. The syllables are formed, throughout the vocal apparatus, starting from the throat, ending in the nasal cavity. There are 14 vowels and 36 consonants in Sanskrit, and the special rules of pronunciation are applied to Anusvara and Visarga. So when we speak about the vowels, there are simple vowels like a, I, u, r, l, of different duration. So a is the short vowel, a, with this horizontal line above, means the long or dirgha, 2 units of time in duration. Compound vowels are all dirgha, are all long. So a, I, o, au. So whenever in text we don't see this horizontal line, but we saw these compound vowels, we are also pronouncing it as 2 units of time syllables. Okay, so a, I, o, au. Then there are there are certain things. Just a second, I will try to. I cannot. Okay, because it is interfering to your. Okay. So there are also semi-vowels, which are different in terms of the formation, but we will go into that a bit deeper when we will speak about consonants. So just for now, semi-vowels are ya, ra, la, va. And we have so-called sibilants or fricatives. Fricatives because there is a obstruction to the airflow, and that's why it sounds like sh, s, so these are the fricatives. So sha, sha, sa. And we have the guttural fricative. It is ha or hak sound. Okay, I'm having some issues, but hopefully again doesn't work. I don't know what is happening. Yes, see if we can. Yes. Okay, thank you. It still doesn't work.
We can't see it on the screen.
No, because
It's not moving. Not moving. Maybe the arrow button.
Okay, can maybe this is okay. Nice, good. I'm sorry for that, really. Okay, so with regards to consonants, we have 5 different groups of consonants based on this formation, right? So the first group is called the velars because it is with the tongue. We are actually touching the palatum velum or the soft palate, and these are ka, ha, ga, ka, nga. So if you can just repeat after me, ka, ka, ga, ka, nga. So the root of the tongue actually is pressing the soft palate when we are actually uttering these sounds. So ka, ka, ga, ka, nga. So and with dot down, this is the nasalized pair for the velar group. So when Anusvara is changing, into the this nasal pair if the next sound is the velar sound, right? Nga. So this is n dot up. So palatal is the hard palate, and we touch it also with the tongue, but not with the root of the tongue, but with the mid part of the tongue. It is cha, cha, ja, cha, nya. Can you cha, ja, cha, nya? Once again. Cha, cha, ja, ja, nya. Yeah, this cha, we need to actually mention this mahaprana, cha, you know? Yeah, because in some words, if you don't pronounce this mahaprana, it can really change the meaning, right? Okay, next group number 3 are the cerebrals or retroflex. So we are actually turning the tip of the tongue up, and you know this tip of the tongue is facing cerebrum. That's why cerebral or retroflex because the tongue is in retroflexion, right? So that's why ta, ta, ga, ga, na. So you need to actually pronounce these sounds by touching with the tip of the tongue the roof of the mouth, right? So ta, ta, ga, ga, na. And then we have pure dentals. Ta, ta, da, ta, na. So dental means that the tongue is touching the teeth, you know? Ta, ta, da, ta, na. And you need to feel it, right? You need to feel it. And then the labial or bilabial. Pa, pa, ba, ba, ma. So as the last group of consonants. There is a nice story about Shiva Sutrani, and actually this was a desire of Sanaka, the sage Sanaka. Sanaka prayed Shiva to grant him with siddhi and salvation from desires. Not only him, but the whole group of rishis, right? Even the rishis have desires, you know, and then Shiva reacted, and actually Shiva gave the Sanskrit language, which is lately composed by Patanjali in this Shiva Sutrani way, and it's very nice because when we chant this Shiva Sutrani, we can really practice with the focus those syllables, and we can go through one formation to the other to another, you know, consciously. So we can see how these voices are forming, you know. This is good as a practice. But the point here is that, you know, actually Shiva gave the alphabet to the humans so that they can communicate and that we can also be free of our desires ultimately. So this is the power which lies in Sanskrit language, you know. Okay, so let us try to chant. First, I will also, so you see, you have the last voice, the last, let's say, syllable here is half of the unit of duration. So, for example, a, I, un. You see, we have a, I, u. So we have vowels and n. So n dot down is n. This is this retroflex n. I hope that you can see it on the screen, right? So a, I, un. Then we okay. Then we have r, r, k. So this l dot down is pronounced like lr. LR, L, okay? R, K, Eong. So why I said ng? Because this is n dot up, which is totally opposite. This is guttural or velar sound, nasalized. So, and g and k are the velars. So it's better, you know, to chant like this. Eong, like we are going to say G, right? Eong. Yes. I, ouch. Hayavarat. Hayavarat. Larn. Nyamangananam. So we have all the nasals here almost. Nya, ma is this bilabial. Nga, na. Na, m. So we have all the different 5 groups of consonants, you know, in that verse, and now we can really, you know, be concentrated, you know, how we pronounce. So the first is nya, ma, nga, na, m. So nyamanga nanam, nyamanga nanam. Super. Jhabhanya. 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 Dhadhadhasha. So we have dha and dha. So the retroflex and the dental. Gadha. Gadhadha. Yeah. Dhadhadhasha. Jabagadadasha. Ka, pa, cha, ta, chatatav. Ka, cha, ta, chatatav. Kapaya. Shashasara. Hala. So this is Shirosutran, right? Okay, so let us go once again, okay? Om. A, I, un. Ralraka. Eong. I, ouch. Hayavarat. Larn. Nyamangananam. Jhabhanya. Gadhadhasha. Jabagadadasha. Ka, pa, cha, ta, chatatav. So I don't hear this Mahaprana. Ka, pa, cha, ta. Mahaprana should be there, right? Okay, shall we chant once again? Ka, pa, cha, ta, chatatav. Once again. Ka, pa, cha, ta, chatatav. Kapaya.
Papaya,
Shashasara,
Shashasara,
Hala.
Hala.
Okay, good. Is it a bit clearer? You know? Okay. Okay. It's a reflection from my point of view, but I hope that you see good. You know, do you see the screen? Huh? There is a small reflection. Huh?
Small letters. Yeah, letters are too small.
Okay.
Difficult to please, aren't we? Yes.
Okay. Okay. So these are the varna or the letters or the sound, right? Now we are going to go to the second rule, which is accent or pitch, svara. So we have the Vedas are in three basic tones, right? Three tones we have. We have svarita, which is the higher note, denoted with a vertical stroke. So in Rudram Bhagavate, you know, Om Namo Bhagavate, this te is in the upper, let's say upper tone, and it is denoted as with this vertical stroke. Then we have Anudata, is the lower note, indicated by a horizontal line below the syllable. Urudraya, Urudraya. This ra is the lowest note, right? And then we have Udata. Udata is the neutral note, which is in the middle. Namo, and this neutral note does not have any marks, right? We have one additional, let's say, pitch, which is called Dirgha Svarita. Dirgha means delayed, right? It is delayed. So it means that it is indicated by two vertical strokes. And for example, this is very commonly chanted in chanting. This word is used, prachodayat, right? So prachodayat. So here we have to obey firstly the dirgham or this length of 2 units of time of ya or yat. Prachodaya, and then this is what is delayed and what is called dirgha or delayed upper tone, right? So prachodayat with 2 vertical strokes. Is this okay? Is this clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Then the third rule is about matra, and we have already mentioned this. 1 unit of time, a, I, u. 2 units of time, a, I, u. So the simple and the compound vowels. And half of a unit is k, g, t. You know, those sounds. So this is duration or matra. Then we have the force of recitation or balam. This balam is very important. I mean the force of recitation in general, but here this force is actually related to this alpa prana and maha prana, right? So alpa prana are all the syllables which don't have this h or hak, this aspirated sound, and we call it that they should be recited softly, right? So it is a, I, o. So whatever it's without hak is alpa prana, and there is the hak, then it is called maha prana. And those are syllables that we practiced just now. Kha, 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 cha, dha, right? So all of those which have this h or hak in the middle, or you know, usually in the middle of this syllable. And now the fifth rule is linking of accents or sama. So it refers to continuity of different syllables recited in different accents. The linkage must be done in such a way that recitation sounds continuous, you know, so we need to have this continuity in the chanting. And what we are actually failing oftenly is to actually preserve this pitch, which we actually start from the beginning. Usually we tend to go down, right? So this is a challenge. So that's why we need to actually listen to each other, because in bhajan, one person who is leading, and then the rest are following. But in the Vedas, when we chant the Vedas, we are all together and we are all creating this energy. So we all need really to get to that level of unison chanting, because only then we are in tune. Only then we are open actually to miracles. I mean, literally, really. So if we are not in tune, better than we need to practice then, until we get that tune and then synchronicity within the group. This is the most difficult part, right? Then the very similar rule is Santana. It is this continuity, but in a sense of punctuation, meaning so where we should pause. This is very, very important. And actually, various Veda chanting groups are pretty much differ into that sense, whether they are following the sixth rule or not, and mismatches are happening if some are following and some are don't. We didn't follow it before, I have to admit, but just a couple of years back, we started to follow Chalakiri brothers, and we started really, not, it's already 10 years, it's not just a couple of years back, time flies. But when you apply this punctuation, then the beauty is revealed, this, because the beauty also is in like when you chant Om, this and then the silence, right? And then in that silence is also where the blessings are. So the same here. So when we can really train ourselves within the group to stop at a certain spot and to know, consciously, that we need to stop together and then we need to start together. This is the beauty which is then created even more. Okay, these stops I will not, because this is like what is written, of course that we cannot pause in the middle of the word. So every word we can actually chant. We cannot take the breath in between, in between each word, right? So it doesn't make any sense. After Om, there is a slight pause. There is a pause after one mantra, following by another. Okay, but this is very important, which we implied. A pause must be given before a word whenever it starts with any of the vowels following a dirgham. So meaning you have a dirgham, meaning this horizontal line above the syllable, above the you see, for example, we have namaste. This te is dirgham, right? Even though there is no marks, because it is compound vowel. But then it is followed by a short vowel a. Whenever we have this, let's say, situation, we need to pause. And this actually, this pause is adding 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 unit of additional time to pause, because we said that dirgham are 2 units of time, and then this, when it is followed by a short vowel, we need to prolong by 1. I'm stressing this, and because this is very important, and we are really following. And this, you see a red vertical line is denoting that pause. So namaste astu dhanvane. It's not namaste astu dhanvane. It's namaste astu dhanvane. So this is the pause, yeah. Or yo rudro angnau yo apsuya o shadhinshu. So look at the last pause. The last pause is denoted in blue. This is just a pause which is in between 2 vowels, ya and o, right? So only when we have dirgham followed by a hrasvam vowel, then we have this additional unit of time. In any other combination of vowels, there should be a slight pause, because we should not chant apsuyao. It should not happen that we have this continuity yao, but apsuyao, yao. So it should be a bit break in between those 2 words, okay? So, and this is what I said, vertical red line represents a pause in duration of 1 unit, and blue line is any other combination of any adjacent vowels. Very brief about Anusvara. It's, it should be actually, it is defined as a pure nasal, but it's not pure nasal in all the circumstances, only in one. And this is called Shuddha. Shuddha means the pure Anusvara. Meaning that Anusvara is actually reciting in the nasal cavity without any obstruction, right? In these 2 cases, before consonant pairs of jnya, ghana. So samgnanam, imam bhanti, for example. So this is Shuddha Anusvara. Then, I don't know, if I move now this, I will not maybe be able to. Yeah, I'm not able to move anymore. It's fine. Okay, so Agama Anusvara, or inserted sound. Agama means inserted. So only in text derived from Krishna Yajurveda. Yeah. So, for example, Anusvara before sh, s, h, or hak, and r, is changing into g. So this inserted sound is actually g. So, for example, tesham sahasra yojane, teshagam sahasra yojane. You see? Yeah, teshagam, because we have Anusvara before s. Anusvara before h. Ganapatim havamahe, Ganapati gam havamahe in Ganapati Prathana, right? So these are, and the last example before the Pratyushtam Rakshaka, Pratyushtagam Rakshaka. So before sh, s, h, and r. So this is inserted sound g. So it's not only m, it's a gum, right? Okay, now I will play a little bit with my computer because it doesn't start anymore. Okay. The mouse is the recovery. Okay, good. So this is Agama Anusvara, and then Lupta. Lupta means omitted. So what has been created, we are now omitting. Lupta Agama Anusvara. So meaning that so this is actually the lost sound. So no M sound before combination of sh, s, h plus non-vowel. So for example, Kalpatam Shrotram. You see, shra is this combination of esh plus non-vowel. Then we have kalpatag shrotam. So meaning that Anusvara M is dropped, and there is only G sound which is left. That's why Agama Anusvara, Lupta Agama Anusvara, meaning the M is dropped. And then Virbhuta, this is very rare. I don't know, want to go there. Virbhuta, Lupta Agama Anusvara. So let us go to the most and the main phonetic changes of Anusvara, which are those ones which I mentioned already. We have Kakha, Gagha, Nga. So when we have Anusvara, for example, followed by any of the velars, in this case, Ishum Girishanta, to keep this continuity, this Sama, right? We are actually changing it into this velar pair, you know. It is like if you would chant Ishum Girishanta Mg, you see how it is like colliding one with each other. Ishum Girishanta. To make it more smoothly, we are changing this Anusvara into the nasal velar pair and just preparing our vocal apparatus to utter the velar which is actually following, right? That's why Ishon Girishanta. Ishon Girishanta. You see, we are actually just forming this base of the tongue, touch the palatum velum, you know, just to be able to pronounce the velar which is following. For the same here, palatals. Chachha, jachha, nya. So why nya? Purusham Jagata doesn't look any natural. Purusham Jagata. But Purushan Jagata, and we get this, you know, right, pronunciation and continuity. Purushan Jagata. Shamcha. Doesn't make sense. Shamchame. You see? You know, we are just actually preparing that this Anusvara before palatals become palatal pair. Yeah. Shamchame. And then the same cerebrals. We have this in Navachari mantra. Tan han dan hanam. So we are just actually instead of saying tam tham dham dham, you see how we are struggling, right? But when we actually change it into retroflex, then it is very very smoothly. Tan tan dan dhanam, tan han dan dhanam. Dentals the same. Yam dvishvas, yan dvishvas. Gananantva, right? And labials are the most easiest because we are just actually changing Anusvara into the bilabial M. Esham Varusanam. Okay. Now, we are coming to the end. Don't be afraid. You know, it's not any more left. But there are some specific changes when following semi-vowels y or y, l, and v. So in front of y or y or epsilon, Anusvara changes to nasalized I or e. So we actually started also to use it, and that's why I said that we have built some other, let's say, intervention in the script itself, so that we know when to nasalize. If you can see this example up, it is Nityam Yatra. So you see that Anusvara is before Yatra. So we need to nasalize more this Anusvara, and then when we are pronouncing Nityan Yatra. Okay, Nityan Yatra, right? The same here when we have L before, M before L, Anusvara before L, Paramam Loke, Paramal Loke, right? In front of V, we also nasalized into U. Baradharam Vishnum, for example, not Baradharam, Baradharam. And you see here now, I will maybe explain these holdings. You see these rectangles? I don't know if can you see? Yeah, so the rectangles. So we have the thicker one and we have the thin one. For example, this Nityan Yatra, we have this Samyutakshara. Samyutakshara means compound consonants. So when the two consonants are together, we need to pause before this pair of consonants, right? So that's why Nityan Yatra, Ni, we pause. When we nasalize Anusvara, Yai, pause, Ya, pause, Tra, because Tra is also the compound consonant. So it is Nityan Yatra, for example. These are, you see, like three short holdings we are calling. Paramal Loke, we are holding with this Il. And when we chant, the long holding here is Varadaram. The word before is Shanta, just carefully. Shuklam. So it is Shuklam. You see, Shuklam, it is the Dirgham. So when we have the Dirgham before the Samyutakshara, then it is the long holding. Yeah. When there is the Hrasvam, we have the short holding, and when there is a Dirgham, we have a long holding. Okay. Then very quickly about Visarga, and this is what Raja Gopalji mentioned in regard to Gayatri mantra, this Prachodaya, the Yo-Yo Naf Prachodayat, right? So very quickly, phonetic changes. When we have K or K, then this Visarga, which is H down, doesn't change. Tah, Kanyach, for example. But when Visarga is followed by P or P, they change into the F sound. So Punaf, Punach, yeah, Punaf, you know, and this is very important change. We should not skip it, because as it was being said, it can change the meaning, you know, of the mantra itself. Followed by a sibilant sh, or s. So sibilants or fricatives sh, s may change to the very same sibilant, and this is very common. For example, supta shishuhu, it's changed into the same supta shishuhu. Ashvashat, ashvashat, also for the sake of continuity in the chanting, right? Shivachcha, shivashcha, right? So these are some changes also, which are I'm not going to go into details now. But what is very important, there is one Samyutakshara which is very special. It is ksh, and when we have this ksh, then when before there is Visarga, it gets the echo. So Shantihi, Shantire, Shantihi, it is like it is actually denoted as a colon, so with two dots, right? And we really need to, you know, break, you know, change the echo and break. The changes continues very briefly with Svara Bhakti. We have just recently implemented this Svara Bhakti change, and this is very also important because so what is Svara Bhakti as per definition? Is a voiced R. What does it mean? You saw probably voiced and unvoiced, syllables. This voice is when there is a. You see R. R in itself, it has this in addition, and this it is called like a voiced, let's say, part of this syllable. So, for example, when we have the this r, which is a voiced per se, when followed by s, sh, sh, so the fricatives, h or r, so this is semi-vowel r do down. For example, chatur rachasya, it means that we need to actually pronounce this Svara Bhakti as a practically as a standalone syllable, I would say, right? So it's not chatur chasya, it's chatur rachasya. Chatur rachasya, chatur ra, right? Yeah, and we mark it as like in English, this. Yeah, I will just put my pointer. You see here, this is the old let's say, now we put the dot instead, but this was like when you have the English words, so how to pronounce English words, and then is pronounced and it is actually written like this, like okay. Then we have the usual changes, Brahma versus Brahma. So in chanting we are actually just doing this Brahma Banhi instead of Vahni, etc. And then, demystify, is it Yajna, Yajna, or Yagya? We are actually, we put here that the correct pronunciation is Yajna, but this is all influence of Neo-Indo-Aryan languages into the Sanskrit language. I mean, this is what I know. True should be Yajna, but actually we just don't chant anymore. I mean, right, Kalyanji, you just don't chant Yajna, you chant Yajna, right? But so this is also very important because we had a couple of discussions about, how to pronounce this Jnya, it is Yajna. Okay, good. Saying that, I would also like to give a word to you, maybe explain Devi Kavacham in a short. Yeah, okay. We will start now based on this vast knowledge we have just now collected. I will ask Raja Gopalji just to give us some introduction, very brief, to Devi Kavacham, because Devi Kavacham would be the first hymn that we would going to, learn together, applying the phonetic rules.
Namaskaram. As we are going to enter into the Mahatmyam with the preparatory recital of verses which are called Purvangam. The first one we are going to do is Devi Kavacham. Kavacham means armor, that which protects you. Protects where? In the body, in the mind, and the psychic world that you have. Why do we need a protection? Are we going to the war? No, we're just going to witness the legacy of Devi's war. Then why do we need a protection? Because this path is a path for perfection. It's a pursuit of truth. If Ambal has made the Leela to create the world, but you go back and say, no, I just want to be one with the Brahman, the play ends, right? So what does therefore the Devi does? Devi is going to say, come on child, enjoy this, enjoy this, enjoy this. She's going to give you Ashtasiddhi. Everything you want, she's going to give you. Patanjali says very mockingly, if you do all these things, you get something called Siddhi, which is not good. But we want Siddhi. So Siddhi is going to take. Bhagavan Shankara, when he says about Devas and Asuras, they say both are Asuras. Why? I used to think when I was young, when this Deva and Asura were fighting to get the Amrit from the ocean, Milky Ocean. It was a joint labor, right? Both worked hard. What is the ethics then? Whatever comes out, they should share. But did it happen? No. They were strict. Ambai came and tricked them. Unjust. So who is Asuras? Even Devas are Asuras. Why? Because they are eluded by the fantasy of Bhogam. Siddhi. That's why even Indra is worried. When somebody is doing penance, he sends a parade of dancers to go and dance in front of them, disturb them. Why? Because his position will be gone. So everything, therefore, even though they are called immortal, they are, for the ant, we are immortal. Ant dies in 2 days and we live for 100 years. So Devas live longer but suffer longer. So every kalpam goes through it. So Amba is going to give you all this positive effect. Then to balance it, we have our own negative things. Our own jealousy, our avarice, our grief, our sins. Then the natural calamities. Noise, pollution, Microsoft doesn't working. All this kind of interruptions come in the path. So all this take away the focus of attention, the intensity of purpose of what you're doing is distracted. They are like enemies to the body, enemies to the mind. I need protection. So I want Devi to give you the protection. Why Devi? Div means that which illumines. If I hear, there is a Devata. There is the illumination of hearing. If I don't hear, there is the tendency to darkness. There is an Ashura stopping my hearing capability. So every div has to be illuminated. Therefore, I am inviting Devi, please manifest in thousands of forms. Come, sit down in my limbs. There's going to be 66 limbs in the Devi Kavacham. Do you know that you have 66 parts to protect? It will tell you. In the physical body, spiritual body. And each one comes with Sukanta Ganta, comes there to protect my nose. Because Sukantam. There's so beautiful names for each god, so that it resonates very easily. Or can be fictional, doesn't matter. But it gives you that kind of a divinity there. So in the Kavacham, the Markandeya Maharishi starts the question to the Brahma. Tell me, what is that you're going to teach me that is not taught before? And he says, look, this is the Parama Ragasya. What is Ragasya means what? Secret. That I know you don't know it. But if you publish it on a paper, is it Ragasya anymore? No. But this is all published. That means just teaching to everybody else. Is he not giving the secret out? But this is a Parama Ragasya. Yeah. A secret knowledge by which, by expressing it out, if it becomes no more secret, is a worldly secrets. But Parama Ragasya is, even if you express it in words, it is not revealing itself because you have to be realized. This is not perceptible. This is not for the mind and knowledge. It is for your Atma Bodham. We are currently in a Jiva Bhavam. Jiva Bhavam needs instruments of knowledge, Jnanendriyam, Karmendriyam. You dissect. In Atma Bodham, these instruments are useless. So that is a Paramaragasya. So because the Paramaragasya, if you realize it, the game is over. Amba says, yeah, she already told, right? Whoever watches my dance unmoving is my Shiva. So if you are able to unmove, achalam, you watch everything else, you become the Shiva. So this is the path, this very, very precarious path, very dangerous path, but very rewarding path. Therefore, you need a Kavacham. So we read this Kavacham, and there are a lot of Ambal, there are 9 names come through. Of course, there's an inspired interpretation, you can give the name some meaning, and as I told you, Shabdartham will give you in a contemplative mode. But firstly, I think what I understand from this proceedings, which is a beautiful proceeding, Forget all the artham right now. Forget all the meaning right now. Shabdam is very important. And when we label the point of Shikshavali, quite complicated to the mind to look at it. But just close your eyes and listen to what he says. Shruti is why it's called Shruti. No knowledge, no grammar, no PowerPoint will give you that compared to 2 minutes of focused listening to him and then reproducing without shy. Because we want the Kavacham, we want to wear it. I think once the Kavacham is worn, then I'm sure that we will have opportunity to talk about how we are going to walk, what we need. Namaste.
Yeah, I mean, you said very important thing, don't be shy, really. I mean, that's why this is called a workshop, right? It's not called like, like a siesta, when I know that the food is excellent, that there is plenty of vibhuti materializing around us, right? But we came here for a purpose, right? And so this is the workshop. And, if you really consciously try to bring out those vowels and syllables, it will really, really benefit you the most. I think that that's why we assemble here, to just get rid of all of our, blockages. I'm not a good chanter. I cannot hear properly. I cannot reproduce properly. This is not true. So I've been doing this for the past 20 years, right? And I saw so many people who were like that at the beginning. No, I cannot reproduce. I don't have the hearing properly. But miraculously they changed, because if you have this faith, Shraddha, everything will open for you. If this is your path, it will open. But of course, this is maybe just to initiate that path for you. That's why we are here now. If it's not your path, okay, just enjoy the sound only. But if it is, don't be shy, try. Okay? Okay. So first we will start with Vini Yoga. And we will do some you'll see Ganesha, when we chanted the mantra, before that we touch our body. And this is also what Raja Gopalji mentioned, so with the right hand we are purifying the part of our bodies to become that, to become that divinity to whom we are actually paying our obeisance to, right? This is very, very short Vini Yoga. So let us just, so I will chant once and then you repeat twice, okay? I will maybe, on the second time, I will be repeating with you, So the first repetition must come by you, and then we will try to manage. Usually we go into this zigzag form. I chant once and then you repeat, and then I chant another time. But due to the sake of time, let us try to speed up. But it doesn't mean that you keep on being shy. Just don't be, try to chant. Okay. Om Asya Shri Chandi Kavachasya.
Om Asya Shri Chandi Kavachasya. Om
Asya Shri Chandi Kavachasya. Brahma Rishihi. Anushtup Chandaha. Chamunda Devata. Anganya Soktamataro Bijam. Digbandha Devatas Tattvam. Shri Jagadamba Prityarthe Saptashati Pathanga Jape Viniyogaha. Shri Jagadamba Prityarthe Saptashati Pathanga Jape Viniyogaha. Shri Jagadamba Prityarthe Saptashati Pathanga Jape Viniyogaha. Okay, so we have first Asya. So we are actually starting with a Namaste posture. Then Brahmaharashihi, with those two fingers, we are touching the tip of the head. And actually, we are actually just imagining that we are touching Guru's feet, which lies on the top of the head. And then Anushtup Chandaha. So Chandas is the life energy, the life force of the mantra itself. So the meter, Chandas is the meter, and we are actually touching the nose with the palm. So Anushtup Chandaha, and then we touch our heart also with two fingers. Chamunda Devata.
Chamunda Devata.
And then we have Bijam. We touch the mid trunk, with the Bijam. Anganya Soktamataro Bijam.
Anganya Soktamataro Bijam.
Then the left part, the mid point of the trunk. Digbandha Devatas Tattvam.
And
then in Anjali Mudra, we are chanting Shri Jagadamba Prityathe Saptashati Pathanga Jape Viniyogaha.
Shri Jagadamba Prityathe Saptashati Pathanga Jape Viniyogaha.
Maybe you should explain this. So why vinyasams there?
यत्रैव यत्रैव मनोमदीयं तत्रैव तत्रैव तव स्वरूपं यत्रैव यत्रैव शिरोमदीयं तत्रैव तत्रैव पदद्वयन्ते. In Devi Mahadyam, they say Roga Seshan Apahamsi Tushtan Rushtatu Kaman Sakadan Abhishtan. Again, they say Swama Ashratana Ashrayatam Prayanti. If I surrender my whole heart to lotus feet of Goddess Mata, whatever I want, it will come to me. I don't need to go. It's knowledge or wealth or health. So we didn't know. Yes, Devi only knows what you want. Isn't it? That's why Paramapi Vancha Samadhikam, the Sundarari, Shankara said, whatever you want, she will 10 times he will give it. Paramapi Vancha Samadhikam, Sharani Lokana, Tavahi Charana Deva Nipuno. I need to surrender myself. That's why we say Shravana, Manana, Nidhi, Dhyana. So baby, when the baby is hungry, the baby doesn't know any language, but she knows only one language, separate. That's why we say Paranyana, Aparanyana. They say Paranyana, Aparanyana. What is the Paranyana, Aparanyana? When the baby starts crying, automatically mother will hug the baby. Is it true? Is it? Yes. Always, isn't it? Mother always look after only child. Then he starts feeding, breastfeeding. Then baby feel something is filled in his stomach. Dhyana. Smarana, Manana, Nidhi, Dhyana. And he proves it. The baby doesn't know any language. Through the sound, mummies, any form, any beings. For all beings, it is happen for mother and the baby. That's why we need to surrender ourselves. I am your child. You have to protect me. But if you want to, when you have this kind of knowledge of Saptasati or anything, they say, Sivo Bhutva Sivam Mejit. If you want to worship Lord Shiva, you need to become Shiva. If you need to worship Lord Devi, you need to become Devi. How come I am a male? How I can convert my gender? then we say, you don't need to convert your gender. But that's why they say the Ardhanarishwara, Ardhambika, half male, half female. So when he starts teaching the letter, the A is male. When he say long swara A, that is female. That we say Mantrana Matrika Devi. I am going to chant your name. So please protect from the evil. When you're chanting, I have a lot of disturbance. The whole world is disturbance. Already Rajaji says. So we need to protect from that. So that's why we do the nyasa for the body, mind, and the soul. Where is the sound comes from? Do you know? From our body, where is the sound comes from?
Navi.
So before sound come from our throat, there is a 5 levels are there. Para, Pashyanti, Vaikari, and Matrika. Isn't it? This is formless. But there is a secret. The sound is come from light. The sound is come from light. It is come from Mooladhara. It is from Mooladhara. All the chakras are there in our human body. There is a Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipuraga, Vishuddhi, Agni. So he teaches about the letters. But as we say, Mauna Vyakya Prakritava Brahma Tattvam Yavanam. The Guru is teaching silently, but Sishya is observing without any doubts. How come it is possible? Vriddha Sishya Guru Yuva. All the Sishyas is older, but Guru is very young. How come it is possible? That's why we don't need to see anything. You must listen. That's why this is Shruti. Sravanam, Kirtanam. There are 9 kind of bhakti is there. Sravanam, Kirtanam Vishnoho, Namasmaranam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. You need to total surrender yourself. Then only you will get the pure knowledge. So this is a nature of Atma Gunas, they say. So that's why the Sravana Masa is most important. Sravana means listening, isn't it? Shruti. That's why the New Year celebrate in there is 4 kind of ways is there. There is a lunar calendar, you know that. There is a solar calendar, there's 30 days. There is another Jupiter calendar is there. That is started in Sravana Purnima. Sravana full moon day it started. That is 35 days for month, 10 months for a year. There is a different kind of calendars according to the cosmos. But this is Sharada Navaratri is going to be in this month. Sharad Ritu, isn't it? That's the Sharada Navaratri. So Devi is form of water, come from the sky to nourish us. Now is a form of sound. That's why before we start any sound, we do mistakes. But Mother always forgive us, isn't it? That's why we always say Matra Devo Bhava, Mother first, Mother next. That's why Mantrana Matraga Devi. Every word is a mantra. In Saptasati, every shloka is a mantra. So you don't need to know about the Vedas. Just chanting this mantra. This will protect you. Rajaji says in the Devi Mahatmya, there is 3 kind of asuras is disturbing us. But if you travel, time travel, in the Ramayana period, Ravana is in Sri Lanka, Rama is in India. Between them, there is an ocean. If you come to Mahabharata period, the enemies are within the family. Yeah, but this is a Kali Yuga. The enemies are within our body. What is the name of the enemies? Do you know? It's Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. So that's why we need to, and not the enemies are in the outside, it is in our body. This form of this kind of 6 gunas. That's why Devi is removing these gunas. You know, this is not the story or anything. So there is a disruption in our body and mind and soul. That's Adi Devika, Adhyatmika, Adi Bhautika. Adi Bhautika means there is a disruption like tsunamis, volcanoes, like that. Whatever happen in the prapancham, it will happen in our body also. You know? Adi Bhautika is corona is affected by whole world. Then only they recognize it is one more supreme power beyond the human, isn't it? Everybody can understand there is something. So we need to be clear. We need to be pure all the time. That's why we do Achamana, Anargya, wash our hands, those things. There is still more people also understand there is something. Lots of people start vegan also. Vegan food also they start. So they have to have some experience. Through the experience only they can understand. Without experience, so we need the excellence to express the part, isn't it? So this is a good time to have Sai Dham. So we are doing a Kavacham today. Durga means, what is the meaning of Durga? Fort. So we are going to live in fort because there is a fort, Vindhyasya, Paschime, Parsve. Every country, what is a fort and ocean? What is the difference? The fort is only land, but ocean is filled by water. But this whole world is covered 1/3 by water. How many percentage of water in our brain? It's lot of doctors are here. 95% of water. 95% of water in our brain. So that's why we need to. There is a binary is there in our brain. That's why we need a living brainary now. That's why we are going to do the discipline way. If you follow the nowadays digital world, everything is digital. Don't look at the digital, look at yourself inside. That's why we need 3D in our life. Devotion, discipline, dedication. Then we reach our destiny. That is the 4th stage. So that's why we say Rishi and Chandas and the Devata. This is Anushtap Chandaha means there is 32 letters in the one slokas. That is a Chandas means meter. So now we are going to chant that with Devi Kavacham. Please protect us from evil. So now we are going to do Devi Kavacham. And there is a lot of excellence with us. They will share their experience in the next 2 days. Namaste. Sai Ram.
You see how from one simple question we got the lecture, the full lecture. Thank you very much. Okay, so let us start. Okay, I will just adjust this a bit better for you to be able to see. Okay. Okay. Om Namah Chandikaye.
Namah Chandikaye. Om Namah Chandikaye.
Om Markandeya Uvacha.
Markandeya Uvacha. Markandeya Uvacha.
Om Yadguhyam Paramalloke.
Yadguhyam Paramalloke. Yadguhyam Paramalloke.
Sarvaraksha Nrunam.
Sarvaraksha Nrunam. Sarvaraksha Nrunam.
Om Yadguhyam Paramalloke Sarvaraksha Nrunam. Yadguhyam Paramalloke Sarvaraksha Nrunam.
Yadguhyam Paramalloke Sarvaraksha Nrunam.
Yanna Kasyachidakyatam.
Yanna Kasyachidakyatam. Yanna Kasyachidakyatam.
Tanme Bruhi Pitamaha.
Tanme Bruhi Pitamaha. Tanme Bruhi Pitamaha.
Yanna Kasyachidakyatam Tanme Bruhi Pitamaha. Yanna Kasyachidakyatam Tanme Bruhi Pitamaha.
Yanna Kasyachidakyatam Tanme Bruhi Pitamaha.
Om Yadguhyam Paramalloke Sarvaraksha Nrunam. Yanna Kasyachidakyatam Tanme Bruhi Pitamaha. Yadguhyam Paramalloke Sarvaraksha Nrunam. Yanna Kasyachidakyatam Tanme Bruhi Pitamaha.
Yadguhyam Paramalloke Sarvaraksha Nrunam. Yanna Kasyachidakyatam Tanme Bruhi Pitamaha.
Brahmovacha.
Brahmovacha. Brahmovacha.
Asti Guhyatamam Vipra.
Asti Guhyatamam Vipra. Asti Guhyatamam Vipra.
Sarvabhutoparakam.
Sarvabhutoparakam. Sarvabhutoparakam.
Asti Guhyatamam Vipra Sarvabhutoparakam.
Asti Guhyatamam Vipra Sarvabhutoparakam. Asti Guhyatamam Vipra Sarvabhutoparakam.
Devyastu Kavacham Punyam.
Devyastu Kavacham Punyam. Devyastu Kavacham Punyam.
Tachrunushva Mahamune.
Tachrunushva Mahamune. Tachrunushva Mahamune.
Devyastu Kavacham Punyam Tachrunushva Mahamune.
Devyastu Kavacham Punyam. Tachrunushva Mahamune.
Devyastu Kavacham Punyam Tachrunushva Mahamune. Asti Guhyatamam Vipra Sarvabhutoparakam. Devyastu Kavacham Punyam Tachrunushva Mahamune.
Asti Guhyatamam Vipra Sarvabhutoparakam. Devyastu Kavacham Punyam Tachrunushva Mahamune.
Asti Guhyatamam Vipra Sarvabhutoparakam. Devyastu Kavacham Punyam Tachrunushva Mahamune. Prathamam Shaila Putriti.
Prathamam Shaila Putriti. Prathamam Shaila Putriti.
Dvitiyam Brahmacharini.
Dvitiyam Brahmacharini. Dvitiyam Brahmacharini.
Prathamam Shaila Putriti. Dvitiyam Brahmacharini.
Prathamam Shaila Putriti. Dvitiyam Brahmacharini.
Prathamam Shaila Putriti. Dvitiyam Brahmacharini. Tritiyam Chandra Ghanteti.
Tritiyam Chandra Ghanteti. Tritiyam Chandra Ghanteti.
Kushmandeti Chaturthakam.
Kushmandeti Chaturthakam. Kushmandeti Chaturthakam. तृतीयं चन्द्रघण्टेति कूष्माण्डेति चतुर्थकम् तृतीयं चन्द्रघण्टेति कूष्माण्डेति चतुर्थकम् तृतीयं चन्द्रघण्टेति कूष्माण्डेति चतुर्थकम् प्रथमं शैलपुत्रीति द्वितीयं ब्रह्मचारिणी तृतीयं चन्द्रघण्टेति कूष्माण्डेति चतुर्थकम् प्रथमं शैलपुत्रीति द्वितीयं ब्रह्मचारिणी तृतीयं चन्द्रघण्टेति कूष्माण्डेति चतुर्थकम् प्रथमं शैलपुत्रीति द्वितीयं ब्रह्मचारिणी तृतीयं चन्द्रघण्टेति कूष्माण्डेति चतुर्थकम् पञ्चमं स्कन्दमातेति पञ्चमं स्कन्दमातेति पञ्चमं स्कन्दमातेति षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च पञ्चमं स्कन्दमातेति षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च पञ्चमं स्कन्दमातेति षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च पञ्चमं स्कन्दमातेति षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च ओके सप्तमं कालरात्रिश्च सप्तमं कालरात्रिश्च सप्तमं कालरात्रिश्च महागौरीति चाष्टमम् महागौरीति चाष्टमम् महागौरीति चाष्टमम् सप्तमं कालरात्रिश्च महागौरीति चाष्टमम् सप्तमं कालरात्रिश्च महागौरीति चाष्टमम् सप्तमं कालरात्रिश्च महागौरीति चाष्टमम् पञ्चमं स्कन्दमातेति षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च सप्तमं कालरात्रिश्च महागौरीति चाष्टमम् पञ्चमं स्कन्दमातेति षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च सप्तमं कालरात्रिश्च महागौरीति चाष्टमम् पञ्चमं स्कन्दमातेति षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च सप्तमं कालरात्रिश्च महागौरीति चाष्टमम् नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः उक्तान्येतानि नामानि उक्तान्येतानि नामानि उक्तान्येतानि नामानि ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना उक्तान्येतानि नामानि ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना उक्तान्येतानि नामानि ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना उक्तान्येतानि नामानि ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः उक्तान्येतानि नामानि ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः उक्तान्येतानि नामानि ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः उक्तान्येतानि नामानि ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना अग्निना दह्यमानस्तु अग्निना दह्यमानस्तु अग्निना दह्यमानस्तु शत्रुमध्ये गतो रणे शत्रुमध्ये गतो रणे शत्रुमध्ये गतो रणे अग्निना दह्यमानस्तु शत्रुमध्ये गतो रणे अग्निना दह्यमानस्तु शत्रुमध्ये गतो रणे अग्निना दह्यमानस्तु शत्रुमध्ये गतो रणे विषमे दुर्गमे चैव
विषमे दुर्गमे चैव विषमे दुर्गमे चैव
भयार्ताः शरणं गताः
भयार्ताः शरणं गताः भयार्ताः शरणं गताः
विषमे दुर्गमे चैव भयार्ताः शरणं गताः
विषमे दुर्गमे चैव भयार्ताः शरणं गताः
विषमे दुर्गमे चैव भयार्ताः शरणं गताः अग्निना दह्यमानस्तु शत्रुमध्ये गतो रणे विषमे दुर्गमे चैव भयार्ताः शरणं गताः अग्निना दह्यमानस्तु शत्रुमध्ये गतो रणे विषमे दुर्गमे चैव भयार्ताः शरणं गताः अग्निना दह्यमानस्तु शत्रुमध्ये गतो रणे विषमे दुर्गमे चैव भयार्ताः शरणं गताः न तेषां जायते किञ्चित्
न तेषां जायते किञ्चित्
न तेषां जायते किञ्चित् अशुभं ऋणसङ्कटे
अशुभं रणसङ्कटे अशुभं रणसङ्कटे
अशुभं ऋणसङ्कटे
अशुभं रणसङ्कटे
न तेषां जायते किञ्चिदशुभं ऋणसङ्कटे
न तेषां
जायते किञ्चिदशुभं ऋणसङ्कटे न तेषां जायते किञ्चिदशुभं ऋणसङ्कटे नापदन्तस्य पश्यामि
नापदन्तस्य पश्यामि नापदन्तस्य पश्यामि
शोकदुःखभयं नहि
शोकदुःखभयं नहि
शोकदुःखभयं नहि नापदन्तस्य पश्यामि शोकदुःखभयं नहि
नापदन्तस्य पश्यामि शोकदुःखभयं नहि
नापदन्तस्य पश्यामि शोकदुःखभयं नहि न तेषां जायते किञ्चिदशुभं ऋणसङ्कटे नापदन्तस्य पश्यामि शोकदुःखभयं नहि
न तेषां जायते किञ्चिदशुभं रणसङ्कटे नापदन्तस्य पश्यामि शोकदुःखभयं नहि
न तेषां जायते किञ्चिदशुभं ऋणसङ्कटे नापदन्तस्य पश्यामि शोकदुःखभयं नहि यैस्तु भक्त्या स्मृता नूनं
यैस्तु भक्त्या स्मृता नूनं यैस्तु भक्त्या स्मृता नूनं
तेषां सिद्धिः प्रजायते
तेषां सिद्धिः प्रजायते
तेषां प्रजायते स्मृतानं तेषां सिद्धिः प्रजायते
यैस्तु भक्त्या स्मृता नूनं तेषां सिद्धिः प्रजायते यैस्तु भक्त्या स्मृता नूनं तेषां सिद्धिः प्रजायते
प्रेतसंस्थातु चामुण्डा
प्रेतसंस्थातु चामुण्डा प्रेतसंस्थातु चामुण्डा.
Okay, when we have after Anusvara, let us pause a bit more longer.
प्रेतसंस्थातु चामुण्डा
प्रेतसंस्थातु चामुण्डा
प्रेतसंस्थातु चामुण्डा वाराही महिषासना
वाराही महिषासना वाराही महिषासना
प्रेतसंस्थातु चामुण्डा वाराही महिषासना
प्रेतसंस्थातु चामुण्डा वाराही महिषासना
प्रेतसंस्थातु चामुण्डा वाराही महिषासना यैस्तु भक्त्या स्मृता नूनं तेषां सिद्धिः प्रजायते प्रेतसंस्थातु चामुण्डा वाराही महिषासना
यैस्तु भक्त्या स्मृता नूनं तेषां सिद्धिः प्रजायते प्रेतसंस्थातु चामुण्डा वाराही महिषासना यैस्तु भक्त्या स्मृता नूनं तेषां सिद्धिः प्रजायते प्रेतसंस्था तु चामुण्डा वाराही महिषासना
ऐन्द्रीगजसमारूढा
ऐन्द्रीगजसमारूढा ऐन्द्रीगजसमारूढा
धा धा retroflex ऐन्द्रीगजसमारूढा
ऐन्द्रीगजसमारूढा
okay वैष्णवी गरुडासना
वैष्णवी गरुडासना वैष्णवी गरुडासना
ऐन्द्रीगजसमारूढा वैष्णवी गरुडासना
ऐन्द्रीगजसमारूढा वैष्णवी गरुडासना ऐन्द्रीगजसमारूढा वैष्णवी गरुडासना
माहेश्वरी वृषारूढा
माहेश्वरी वृषारूढा माहेश्वरी वृषारूढा
कौमारी शिखिवाहना
कौमारी शिखिवाहना कौमारी शिखिवाहना
माहेश्वरी वृषारूढा कौमारी शिखिवाहना
माहेश्वरी वृषारूढा कौमारी शिखिवाहना माहेश्वरी वृषारूढा कौमारी शिखिवाहना
ऐन्द्रीगजसमारूढा वैष्णवी गरुडासना माहेश्वरी वृषारूढा कौमारी शिखिवाहना
ऐन्द्रीगजसमारूढा वैष्णवी गरुडासना माहेश्वरी वृषारूढा कौमारी शिखिवाहना ऐन्द्रीगजसमारूढा वैष्णवी गरुडासना माहेश्वरी वृषारूढा कौमारी शिखिवाहना
ब्राह्मी हंससमारूढा
ब्राह्मी हंससमारूढा ब्राह्मी हंससमारूढा
सर्वाभरणभूषिता
सर्वाभरणभूषिता सर्वाभरणभूषिता
ब्राह्मी हंससमारूढा सर्वाभरणभूषिता
ब्राह्मी हंससमारूढा सर्वाभरणभूषिता ब्राह्मी हंससमारूढा सर्वाभरणभूषिता
नानाभरणशोभाढ्या
नानाभरणशोभाढ्या नानाभरणशोभाढ्या
नानारत्नोपशोभिताः
नानारत्नोपशोभिताः नानारत्नोपशोभिताः
नानाभरणशोभाढ्या नानारत्नोपशोभिताः
नानाभरणशोभाढ्या नानारत्नोपशोभिताः नानाभरणशोभाढ्या नानारत्नोपशोभिताः
ब्राह्मी हंससमारूढा सर्वाभरणभूषिता नानाभरणशोभाढ्या नानारत्नोपशोभिताः
ब्राह्मी हंससमारूढा सर्वाभरणभूषिता नानाभरणशोभाढ्या नानारत्नोपशोभिताः ब्राह्मी हंससमारूढा सर्वाभरणभूषिता नानाभरणशोभाढ्या नानारत्नोपशोभिताः.
Kalyanji would like to say something.
Narartno Shobhita no Hechandren.
Shobhita.
Shobhita means the male. Shobhita means female.
Okay. Noha. Okay. So now we will. That's why these workshops are great. Okay. So all the mothers are adorned with different mothers. Okay.
ब्राह्मी हंससमारूढा सर्वाभरणभूषिता नानाभरणशोभाढ्या नानारत्नोपशोभिता
Brahmi Hamsa Samaruda Sarvabharana Bhushita Nana Bharana Shobhadya Nana Ratnopashobhita.
Okay. Drishyante Rathamarudha, Drishyante Rathamarudha, Drishyante Rathamarudha, Devyah Krodha Samakulaha,
Devyah Krodha Samakulaha, Devyah Krodha Samakulaha.
Devya or Devyah? Devya. Okay, so the second change here is Devya Krodha without Devyah.
Devya. Devya. Only. Yeah. Devya. Devya.
Okay.
Drishyante Rathamarudha, Devyah Krodha Samakulaha,
Drishyante Rathamarudha Devyah Krodha Samakulaha.
Drishyante Rathamarudha, Devyah Krodha Samakulaha.
Okay.
Shankhan Chakram Gadam Shaktim,
Shankam Chakram Gadam Shaktim, Shankam Chakram Gadam Shaktim,
Khalancha Musala Yudham,
Halancha Musala Yudham,
Halancha Musala Yudham, Shankhan Chakram Gadam Shaktim, Halancha Musala Yudham, Shankhan Chakram Gadam Shaktim, Halancha Musala Yudham,
Shankam Chakram Gadam Shaktim, Halancha Musala Yudham.
Drishyante Rathamarudha, Devyah Krodha Samakulaha, Shankhan Chakram Gadam Shaktim, Halancha Musala Yudham,
Drishyante Rathamarudha Devyah Krodha Samakulaha, Shankam Chakram Gadam Shaktim, Halancha Musala Yudham.
Drishyante Rathamarudha, Devyah Krodha Samakulaha, Shankhan Chakram Gadam Shaktim, Halancha Musala Yudham, Khetakam Tomaranchaiva,
Khetakam Tomaram Chaiva, Khetakam Tomaram Chaiva,
Parashum Pashameva Cha,
Parashum Pashameva Cha, Parashum Pashameva Cha,
Khetakam Tomaranchaiva, Parashum Pashameva Cha,
Khetakam Tomaram Chaiva, Parashum Pashameva Cha,
Khetakam Tomaranchaiva, Parashum Pashameva Cha, Kunta Yudham Trishulancha,
Kunta Yudham Trishulancha, Kunta Yudham Trishulancha,
Shargama Yudhamuttamam,
Shankama Yudhamuttamam,
Shargama Yudhamuttamam, Kunta Yudham Trishulancha sorry, Kunta Yudham Trishulancha, Shargama Yudhamuttamam,
Kunta Yudham Trishulancha, Shargama Yudhamuttamam, Kunta Yudham Trishulancha, Shargama Yudhamuttamam,
Khetakam Tomaranchaiva, Parashum Pashameva Cha, Kunta Yudham Trishulancha, Shargama Yudhamuttamam,
Khetakam Tomaram Chaiva, Parashum Pashameva Cha, Kunta Yudham Trishulancha, Shargama Yudhamuttamam.
Khetakam Tomaranchaiva, Parashum Pashameva Cha, Kunta Yudham Trishulancha, Shargama Yudhamuttamam, Daityanam Dehanashaya,
Daityanam Dehanashaya, Daityanam Dehanashaya,
Bhaktanam Abhayasha,
Bhaktanam Abhayaya, Bhaktanam Abhayaya Cha,
Daityanam Dehanashaya, Bhaktanam Abhayaya Cha,
Daityanam Dehanashaya, Bhaktanam Abhayaya Cha,
Daityanam Dehanashaya, Bhaktanam Abhayaya Cha, Dharayantyayudhanitham,
Dharayantyayudhanitham, Dharayantyayudhanitham,
Devanam Chahitaya Vai,
देवानां च हिताय वै देवानां च हिताय वै
धारयन्त्यायुधानीत्थं देवानां च हिताय वै
धारयन्त्यायुधानीथं देवानां च हिताय वै
धारयन्त्यायुधानीत्थं देवानां च हिताय वै दैत्यानां देहनाशाय भक्तानामभयाय च धारयन्त्यायुधानीत्थं देवानां च हिताय वै
दैत्यानां देहनाशाय भक्तानामभयाय च धारयन्त्यायुधानीथं देवानां च हिताय वै
दैत्यानां देहनाशाय भक्तानामभयाय च धारयन्त्यायुधानीथं देवानां च हिताय वै महाबले महोत्साहे
महाबले महोत्साहे महाबले महोत्साहे
Okay, it's more becoming like ts.
महोत्साहे
महोत्साहे
महाबले महोत्साहे
महाबले महोत्साहे
महाबले महोत्साहे महाभयविनाशिनी
महाभयविनाशिनी
महाभयविनाशिनी महाबले महोत्साहे महाभयविनाशिनी
महाबले महोत्साहे महाभयविनाशिनी महाबले महोत्साहे महाभयविनाशिनी
त्राहि मां देवि दुष्प्रेक्ष्ये
त्राहि मां देवि दुष्प्रेक्ष्ये त्राहि मां देवि दुष्प्रेक्ष्ये
शत्रूणां भयवर्धिनी
शत्रूणां भयवर्धिनी शत्रूणां भयवर्धिनी
त्राहि मां देवि दुष्प्रेक्ष्ये शत्रूणां भयवर्धिनी
त्राहि मां देवि दुष्प्रेक्ष्ये शत्रूणां भयवर्धिनी त्राहि मां देवि दुष्प्रेक्ष्ये शत्रूणां भयवर्धिनी
महाबले महोत्साहे महाभयविनाशिनी त्राहि मां देवि दुष्प्रेक्ष्ये शत्रूणां भयवर्धिनी महाबले महोत्साहे महाभयविनाशिनी त्राहि मां देवि दुष्प्रेक्ष्ये शत्रूणां भयवर्धिनी
महाबले महोत्साहे महाभयविनाशिनी त्राहि मां देवि दुष्प्रेक्ष्ये शत्रूणां भयवर्धिनी
प्राच्यां रक्षतु मामैन्द्री
प्राच्यां रक्षतु मामैन्द्री
प्राच्यां रक्षतु मामैन्द्री आग्नेयामग्निदेवता 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 प्राच्यां रक्षतु मामैन्द्री आग्नेयामग्निदेवता
प्राच्यां रक्षतु मामैन्द्री आग्नेयामग्निदेवता प्राच्यां रक्षतु मामैन्द्री आग्नेयामग्निदेवता
दक्षिणे वतु वाराही
दक्षिणे वतु वाराही दक्षिणे वतु वाराही
नैरृत्यां खड्गधारिणी
नैऋत्यां खड्गधारिणी नैऋत्यां खड्गधारिणी
So we have this Svara Bhakti rule here. Nair R.
नैरृत्यां खड्गधारिणी
नैऋत्यां खड्गधारिणी नैऋत्यां खड्गधारिणी
दक्षिणे वतु वाराही नैरृत्यां खड्गधारिणी
दक्षिणे वतु वाराही नैऋत्यां खड्गधारिणी दक्षिणे वतु वाराही नैऋत्यां खड्गधारिणी
प्राच्यां रक्षतु मामैन्द्री आग्नेयामग्निदेवता दक्षिणे वतु वाराही नैरृत्यां खड्गधारिणी
प्राच्यां रक्षतु मामैन्द्री आग्नेयामग्निदेवता दक्षिणे वतु वाराही नैऋत्यां खड्गधारिणी प्राच्यां रक्षतु मामैन्द्री आग्नेयामग्निदेवता दक्षिणे वतु वाराही नैऋत्यां खड्गधारिणी
प्रतीच्यां वारुणी रक्षेत्
प्रतीच्यां वारुणी रक्षेत् प्रतीच्यां वारुणी रक्षेत्
वायव्यां मृगवाहिनी
वायव्यां मृगवाहिनी वायव्यां मृगवाहिनी
प्रतीच्यां वारुणी रक्षेत् वायव्यां मृगवाहिनी
प्रतीच्यां वारुणी रक्षेत् वायव्यां मृगवाहिनी प्रतीच्यां वारुणी रक्षेत् वायव्यां मृगवाहिनी
उदीच्यां रक्ष कौबेरि
उदीच्यां रक्ष कौबेरि उदीच्यां रक्ष कौबेरि
ईशान्यां शूलधारिणी
ईशान्यां शूलधारिणी ईशान्यां शूलधारिणी
उदीच्यां रक्ष कौबेरि ईशान्यां शूलधारिणी
उदीच्यां रक्ष कौबेरि ईशान्यां शूलधारिणी उदीच्यां रक्ष कौबेरि ईशान्यां शूलधारिणी
प्रतीच्यां वारुणी रक्षेत् वायव्यां मृगवाहिनी उदीच्यां रक्ष कौबेरि ईशान्यां शूलधारिणी
प्रतीच्यां वारुणी रक्षेत् वायव्यां मृगवाहिनी उदीच्यां रक्ष कौबेरि ईशान्यां शूलधारिणी प्रतीच्यां वारुणी रक्षेत् वायव्यां मृगवाहिनी उदीच्यां रक्ष कौबेरि ईशान्यां शूलधारिणी
ऊर्ध्वं ब्रह्माणि मे रक्षेत्
ऊर्ध्वं ब्रह्माणि मे रक्षेत् ऊर्ध्वं ब्रह्माणि मे रक्षेत्
अधस्ताद् वैष्णवी तथा
अधस्तात् वैष्णवी तथा अधस्तात् वैष्णवी तथा
ऊर्ध्वं ब्रह्माणि मे रक्षेदधस्ताद् वैष्णवी तथा
ऊर्ध्वं ब्रह्माणि मे रक्षेदधस्तात् वैष्णवी तथा ऊर्ध्वं ब्रह्माणि मे रक्षेदधस्तात् वैष्णवी तथा
ऊर्ध्वं ब्रह्माणि मे रक्षेदधस्ताद् वैष्णवी तथा
ऊर्ध्वं ब्रह्माणि मे रक्षेदधस्तात् वैष्णवी तथा
एवं दश दिशो रक्षेत्
एवं दश दिशो रक्षेत् एवं दश दिशो रक्षेत्
चामुण्डा शववाहना
चामुण्डा शववाहना चामुण्डा शववाहना
एवं दश दिशो रक्षेत् चामुण्डा शववाहना
एवं दश दिशो रक्षेत् चामुण्डा शववाहना एवं दश दिशो रक्षेत् चामुण्डा शववाहना
ऊर्ध्वं ब्रह्माणि मे रक्षेदधस्ताद् वैष्णवी तथा एवं दश दिशो रक्षेत् चामुण्डा शववाहना
ऊर्ध्वं ब्रह्माणि मे रक्षेदधस्तात् वैष्णवी तथा एवं दश दिशो रक्षेत् चामुण्डा शववाहना ऊर्ध्वं ब्रह्माणि मे रक्षेदधस्तात् वैष्णवी तथा एवं दश दिशो रक्षेत् चामुण्डा शववाहना
जया मे अग्रतस्थातु
जया मे अग्रतस्थातु जया मे अग्रतस्थातु
विजया स्थातु पृष्ठतः
विजया स्थातु पृष्ठतः विजया स्थातु पृष्ठतः
जया मे अग्रतस्थातु विजया स्थातु पृष्ठतः
Jayame Akratastha Vijayastha Prashtataha. Jayame Akratastha Vijayastha Prashtataha.
Ajita Vama Parshvetu.
Ajitavama Parshvetu. Ajitavama Parshvetu.
So this is also Svara Bhakti, Para. So not par, but Para. So we are just not elonging it. We are just, I would say, like putting it out. Huh?
We are pronouncing the full Ga.
We are pronouncing it not like two others, but we are pronouncing like a separate syllable. Parashve, right? Ajitavama parashvetu, okay? Not parshvetu, but parashvetu. Okay, so Ajitavama parashvetu.
Ajitavama Parashvetu. Ajitavama Parashvetu.
Dakshine cha parajita.
Dakshine cha parajita. Dakshine cha parajita.
Okay, so be careful because par as a syllable is a dirgham, so meaning long one. Then we have compound consonants, which is shv, meaning that we need to add one more unit of time. So it's a bit tricky. So don't rush with this. So it is parashvetu, parashvetu,
Parashvetu.
parashvetu, no, parashvetu,
Parashvetu. Parashvetu.
Ajitavama parashvetu dakshine cha parajita.
Ajitavama Parashvetu. Dakshine cha parajita. Ajitavama Parashvetu. Dakshine cha parajita.
Okay. Jayame agratasthato vijayasthato prashtataha.
sorry.
Ajitavama parashvetu dakshine cha parajita.
Jayame agratasthato vijayasthato prashtataha. Ajitavama Parashvetu. Dakshine cha parajita. Jayame agratasthato vijayasthato prashtataha. Ajitavama Parashvetu. Dakshine cha parajita.
5 more minutes, okay? So we will chant for 5 more minutes and then we will have the lunch break, okay? Because is it okay?
Sorry to interrupt. We have prepared, after each session of yours, we have prepared the bhajan session.
Okay.
So is that okay to go ahead with the bhajan session?
Yes,
There might be a slight delay.
then we will stop here.
I think we should be okay on schedule.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Okay, then we are pausing.
Sure.
Okay, super.
Sloka number 19.
Sloka number 19. Yes.
Shri Matre Namaha Harihi Om.
Matre Namaha Harihi Om.
Maybe before the bhajan starts, maybe we can chant Kshama Prarthana. Okay.
Om Aparadha Sahasrani Kriyante Haranisham Maya Dasoyamiti Mam Matva Kshamasva Parameshwari Avahanam na janami visarjanam Pujan chaiva na janami kshamyatam parameshwari Mantrahinam kriyahinam bhaktihinam sureshwari Yat pujitam maya devi paripurnam tadastu me Aparadha shatam krutva jagadambeti chocharet Yam gatim samabhapnoti natam brahmadayas suraha Saparadhosmi sharanam praptastvan jagadambike Idani manukampyo hayyate chasi tatha guru Ajnanad vismruter bhrantya yanyunavadhikam kritam Tat sarvam kshamyatam devi prasida parameshwari कामेश्वरि जगन्मातः सच्चिदानन्द विग्रहे गृहाणार्चामि मां प्रीत्या प्रसीद परमेश्वरि गुह्यातिगुह्य गोत्री त्वं गृहाणास्मत्कृतं जपम् सिद्धिर्भवतु मे देवि त्वत्प्रसादात् सुरेश्वरी ॐ श्री जगदम्बार्पणमस्तु।
I think you have an A sharp because D sharp on the A sharp, right? No C sharp. I have a C sharp, D sharp, and a B sharp.
No.
You have an A sharp button, right? A sharp.
What I think there might be one, yeah. That's 4, that's 5, that's 6, 7.
Sai Ram, everyone, Sai Ram. After chanting and everything, we must keep silent, you know. There's so much energy there. When you talk, you lose all that energy. So always keep silent, no talking at all. Like we are in a prashanti at moment, and the so beautiful vibration is being built up. So always be silent, no talking at all. Sorry to say that, but we all have to discipline ourselves.
Yeah.
Ganesh, Shri Ganesh, Shri Ganesh, Pahi Mam.
Ganesh, Shri Ganesh, Shri Ganesh, Pahi Mam.
Shri Ganesh, Shri Ganesh, Shri Ganesh, Pahi Mam.
Shri Ganesh, Shri Ganesh, Shri Ganesh, Pahi Mam.
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Lakshmana.
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Lakshmana. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Lakshmana.
Ganesh Pahi Mam, Jai Ganesh Lakshmana.
Ganesh Pahi Mam, Jai Ganesh Lakshmana.
Shri Ganesh Pahi Mam, Jai Ganesh Lakshmana.
Ganesh Pahi Mam, Jai Ganesh Lakshmana.
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Lakshmana.
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Lakshmana.
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Lakshmana. Shri Ganesh, Shri Ganesh, Shri Ganesh Pahi Mam. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Lakshmana. Shri Ganesh Pahi Mam, Jai Ganesh Lakshmana. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Lakshmana. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Lakshmana. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Lakshmana. Shri Ganesh, Shri Ganesh Pahi Mam. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Lakshmana.
Namo Sharada, Namo Sharada, Namo Sharada.
Namo Sharada, Namo Sharada, Namo Sharada Mata. Namo Sharada, Namo Sharada, Namo Sharada Mata. Vidya Jnana Pradayini. Mahavira Pustatyarini. Vidya Jnana Pradayini. Mahavira Pustatyarini. Bhavabhandani Manoranjani. Bhavabhandani Manoranjani. Satyasarishwari Mata. Satyasarishwari Mata. Vidya सुखधारिणी भवभञ्जनी भवरञ्जनी सत्यकारेश्वरी माता सत्यकारेश्वरी सत्यकारेश्वरी माता सत्यकारेश्वरी माता
नमो शारदा नमो शारदा माता
मंगल शुभकरी माता महेश्वरी
मंगल शुभकरी माता महेश्वरी
मंगल शुभकरी माता महेश्वरी मंगल शुभकरी माता महेश्वरी अम्बे भवानी अखिलांडेश्वरी अम्बे भवानी अखिलांडेश्वरी अम्बे भवानी अखिलांडेश्वरी अम्बे भवानी अखिलांडेश्वरी मंगल शुभकरी माता महेश्वरी मंगल शुभकरी माता महेश्वरी राजीव लोचनी राज राजेश्वरी राजीव लोचनी राजीव लोचनी राज राजेश्वरी आदि पराशक्ति श्री परमेश्वरी आदि पराशक्ति श्री परमेश्वरी आनंद रूपिणी आनंद रूपिणी साई शिव सुंदरी आनंद रूपिणी आनंद रूपिणी साई शिव सुंदरी माता महेश्वरी अम्बे भवानी अखिलांडेश्वरी राजा महेश्वरी राजीव लोचनी राज राजेश्वरी राज राजेश्वरी राज राजेश्वरी राजीव लोचनी राज राजेश्वरी आदि पराशक्ति Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Madhava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava Raghuvira.
जय जय भवानी माँ अम्बे भवानी माँ 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 अम्बे भवानी माँ साई 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 भवानी माँ जय जय भवानी माँ अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय भवानी माँ अम्बे भवानी माँ श्रीनिवास माँ श्रीनिवास माँ श्रीनिवास माँ श्रीनिवास माँ श्रीनिवास माँ हृदय निवास माँ साई भवानी 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 माँ जय जय भवानी माँ अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय भवानी माँ अम्बे भवानी माँ अम्बे भवानी माँ साई भवानी माँ अम्बे भवानी माँ
you will be there. How can we thank you, our dear Sai Ram, for all your patience and love, Sai Ram? How can we thank you, our dear Sai Ram, for all your patience and love, Sai Ram? How can we thank you, our dear Sai Ram, for all your patience and love, Sai Ram? How can we thank you, our dear Sai Ram, for all your patience and love, Sai Ram? Sai Ram, Sai Jaya Durga Lakshmi Saraswati Sai Jagan Mata. 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 Sai Jagan Mata, Sai Jagan Mata.
अयोध्यावासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम पतित पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम अयोध्यावासी राम राम अयोध्यावासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम हे दशरथ नंदन राम हे दशरथ नंदन राम पतित पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम पतित पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम अयोध्यावासी राम दशरथ नंदन राम दशरथ नंदन राम कौसल्या प्रिय राम कौसल्या प्रिय राम जय 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 साई राम जय 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 साई राम बोलो जय 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 साई राम अयोध्यावासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम जग जननी जय जग जननी जय मां जय मां जय मां जय मां जय मां जय मां साई शिव शंकरी साई परमेश्वरी साई शिव शंकरी साई परमेश्वरी अम्बे भवानी अम्बे भवानी अम्बे भवानी जगदम्बे भवानी जगजननी जय मां जय मां जय मां साई शिव शंकरी साई परमेश्वरी अम्बे भवानी जगदम्बे भवानी जगदम्बे भवानी
Sai Ram. No, Aarti will be done in the evening. Sai Ram. I hope you guys are hungry. So there is a 1 hour break.
It's 2 o'clock.
Sai Ram, everybody. So, okay, humble request is anybody wish to go upstairs for the darshan? Then please remain seated here. Anybody who wish to go for the food, please follow this path. Don't bring your food inside here, please. There is plenty of chairs there. You can sit and enjoy the sunshine and have your food there. But while you are sitting here, please keep silence. Thank you. Whoever wants to go for the darshan, please volunteer, remain seated, please here. Yeah. If you are going for the darshan, please remain seated here. Volunteers will guide you how to come for upstage. Thank you.